Hey, it's Heidi Hope from New England Photo Collective and Photographer Rising. Today's lesson is going to get us a little bit artsy. So I've been doing something with my photography for the past few years where I create painted scenes, hand-painted scenes, and then I place my subjects into those scenes using a program called Adobe Photoshop.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and show us your results in the comments below.
I recently discovered that there's an app on your phone that can do the exact same thing, and it does it pretty well. Today's lesson does require that you download this app. If you're young, you want to check with a parent or have a parent help you out with this. This is definitely a lesson that's designed a little bit more for older kids because there are some tech skills involved with downloading the app and also using the functions within the app. But if you have an older sibling or a parent, they could certainly help you with this if you're a little bit younger. What we're going to be doing in today's lesson is creating a work of art and then taking a photograph, a self-portrait, and then combining the work of art with the self-portrait so that you're actually putting yourself into this kind of surreal looking scene. The cool thing about this project is if you're stuck in your house, let's say, or you don't have anywhere fun to go, you can dream up anywhere and create a picture of that and then place yourself into it. So let's get started.
Step one of this lesson is to decide where you want to go. This is the fun part about art, is it's totally up to you and your imagination. What scene do you want to put yourself in? So is there a place you've always wanted to visit? You can head over to Google and start typing in locations maybe that you would want to see, and then click on the Images tab and you'll see photos that might inspire what your artwork could look like. Let's see, maybe I want to go to Paris. Some pretty pictures of Paris that could inspire your artwork here. Pay attention to the different colors and the compositions, and where do you think you would place yourself in the scene? Would you be climbing the Eiffel Tower? Would you be in a hot air balloon that's over to the corner here? Would you be out on the street or under the cherry blossoms? So you can really have fun with this idea. Another great idea is to put yourself into a scene of a storybook. So like maybe you love Harry Potter. And try to find scenery really. So, okay, these aren't going to work for us because, well, I guess you could put yourself next to one of these people, but you want to look for, let's say, Harry Potter castle. You want more of a landscape or a scenery type image that you could put yourself into. Maybe you want to go to outer space. This is what my daughter chose for hers. Now, the artwork, you can decide how detailed and realistic you want the artwork to be. It could be something really simple, like you could put yourself into a line drawing or a cartoon. Something super simple like this, you could put yourself next to, and it would be a really funny juxtaposition. But it's totally up to you how detailed and how much time you want to put into the artwork before you actually put yourself into that scene. The paintings that I showed as examples at the beginning of all of this, I spent a long time on those paintings, sometimes a couple of days, before actually putting my subject into them. Juliana did this and she only spent a few minutes. She did a really quick watercolor painting and then dropped herself into it. So totally up to you and how much time you want to spend on the project. Next thing you're going to do is go to the App Store and download the app Adobe Photoshop Mix. This is a free app. It's got really great ratings. I really love it. I can't believe it took me so long to find it. If you're younger, you may need an adult to help you download and install this onto your phone or your iPad or whatever device you're using that has a camera. Next, you want to bring your artwork into some pretty good light. So it could be on a porch or right by a sliding glass door. And you want to photograph your artwork, keeping your camera really steady and get some images of it onto your camera roll. After that, you're going to need to take a photo of yourself. You can either have somebody help you take the photo or you can use the self-timer mode on your device. When you open up Adobe Photoshop Mix, you're going to see that you can start a new project by clicking the plus sign in the top right-hand corner. There are also two really great tutorials down at the bottom of the screen, or if you don't have any projects that you've done within the app, when you first open the app, you're going to see two tutorials there for you. So I recommend that you let the app take you through the tutorials to start to see how some of the tools work. So when you're ready, you're going to click that plus sign and you're going to be able to start your project. So you can choose to upload images from your camera roll, or you can take pictures right within the app. So we've already taken our pictures. We have our photo of the artwork and we have our photo of you in whatever pose that you wanted to do to put yourself into the artwork. So you're going to click on the image and you're going to upload the images right from your phone. That is going to pull up a whole bunch of options for you. So you can choose an image from your phone, or if you have any of these other programs like Dropbox or Facebook or Lightroom, you can choose images from any of those connected apps as well. By pressing the plus sign on the right-hand side of your screen, you can add your images from your camera roll, and then it gives you the option to make adjustments to your images, so you can crop them, you can brighten them. There's all sorts of different options down below, and the best way to learn all of the tools of the app is really to experiment with them. So click on each button and see what it does. So you're going to start with getting your artwork right, and then when you feel that your artwork looks really great, you're going to also add yourself into it and any other items that maybe you painted that you want to add in. So each time you add a new image, it's going to show up as a new layer on the right-hand side. The main tool that we're going to be using to put our two images together is called the cutout tool. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you're going to see the scissor symbol, and it says cutout underneath. Go ahead and press cutout, and this tool is going to show you a couple of options. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can either add or subtract parts of the image by using the cutout tool. So what we want to do is we want to add in the image of you, and we want to cut out the entire background behind you. Now this actually works better if you can photograph yourself on a plain color, but if you can't, it's totally fine. You can use this tool. You can actually zoom in and out to get very precise with this tool. At the bottom of the screen here, there's all different options. So I started by using the Smart tool, but the Smart tool tries to decide for itself what part is the subject and what part is the background. So I do that in the beginning to get a really rough outline, but then I go to the right of that, the Basic tool, and I use the Basic tool to add and subtract more precisely. So you can always, if you just tap the left-hand side of your screen where that little setting and paintbrush symbol is, you can change the size and the hardness or softness of the brush. You can add by using the brush with the plus sign, and you can subtract by using the brush with the minus sign. So this takes a little bit of time to get used to how to use these tools, but go in there and experiment. And as you can see, I'm just pinching and squeezing the screen itself so that I can zoom in and be very precise. Where you can see where it's a little bit more transparent, that's the part that is cut out, that is not going to show in the final image. And where I'm seeing the actual full pixels come forward, that's the part that is going to show up in our final image. So I just do a lot of back and forth, add some, subtract some, add some, subtract some, until I get a nice clean edge where I'm seeing all the parts of the image that I want to see, and I'm subtracting out all the parts of this image that I don't want to see in the final painting. So you can see there's some messy little pieces that I need to go in and subtract those out. And then there's edges where maybe that Smart brush cut in too much, where I need to go and add those back in so that they show up in the final piece of artwork. So again, it's just zooming in and out and getting some nice clean edges here. After you get your subject cleanly cut out from the background, you can play around with where you want them in the scene. So move them around the scene, or move yourself around the scene rather, and decide where you want to be in the composition and what you want to be doing. So Juliana, my daughter here, chose to also paint a paintbrush as an element that we put in her hand, so it looks like she's sort of painting the scene there. And then don't be afraid to play around with different filters on your phone or different editing techniques to give it the final look that you want. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below and subscribe to our channel. You can share your results with the hashtag NEPC